Okay, we're going to start off with the first line of chords, which are the E chords. Starting with the 6th string is the E string. Think of these as shapes. Don't think of them too much as chords or anything like that. Think of them as shapes. For instance, the first one we're going to start off is the E chord. First finger on the 3rd string, 1st fret. Second finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string. Third finger is going to go to the 4th string, 2nd fret. And that's going to be our very first chord. One of the important things is the thumb in the back. A lot of things that beginners do is they grip the guitar, and you don't want to do that. It's the first thing you notice whenever you see somebody playing the guitar is how much they grip the guitar, and there's a lot of tension. You want to have, you want to make sure that your hand is nice and light. So whenever I'm playing a chord and I'm approaching the chord, I'm not actually pushing on the chord yet. I'm just making the shape of the E major chord, okay? So now in music, we have 3 kinds of sounds. We have the major sound, minor sound, and 7th sound. I'm gonna show you guys how to play E major, which is a happy sound, E minor, sad sound, and E 7th is a more of a funky kind of a sound. So the first chord is gonna be E major, okay? And then the second chord, we take the first finger off, E minor. Okay, the same finger, you're going to put it back where it was, which is on the 3rd string, and take the 3rd finger off, and that's going to be an E 7th chord. Okay, so these 3 chord shapes, they're going to be called E because the 6th string is E. The shape tells us if it's a happy shape, okay, if it's a sad shape, minor, or if it's the 7th shape. But make sure that the root note, you can hear that nice and strong, okay? That's going to be the first row of chords that's on that sheet that's going to be posted. The next row of chords is going to be the A chords, okay? It's same thing, major chords, minor chords, and 7th chords. Keep it simple, and think of them as shapes also. So the A shape, we're not going to play the 6th string because the 6th string is E. We're going to start from the 5th string, which is A, okay? So that's going to be the first string we're going to hit. Now this shape right here, you're going to have 3 fingers on the same fret, starting from the 4th string down. You start plucking from the 5th string, and then you go down like that. Okay? So now when you're not playing, make sure that you're not pushing, okay? Because that's how you get tired right away. So you want to conserve as much energy as you can. Okay, so there's your A major chord. To do an A 7th chord, take the middle finger off. You're going to hear that note right there. And then to do the minor shape, it's going to be like this. It's going to be exactly kind of like an E shape, but instead of starting up here on the 3rd string, you're going to start from the 2nd string. So first finger on the 2nd string, 2nd finger on the 4th, 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Okay, so now we start playing from the 5th string down because it's an A chord. So the happy, the sad, and the funky are going to be this. A major, the A 7th, that's going to be the funky, the A minor, which is going to be the sad. Think of it. 3 kinds of sounds. Major sound, minor sound, 7th sound. Okay? 3 shapes. The A shape, the A 7th, the A minor. Keep it as simple as you can, all right? Think of them as shapes. The next one down, the next row of chords that's on that sheet, you're going to go 4th string. Now you're not going to play the 6th, you're not going to play the 5th. You're going to start from the 4th string, and you're going to go down from the 4th string, and then play all the strings down. But now we're going to do our shapes over here with our fingers, major, minor, and 7th. So the first one is going to be first finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, 2nd finger on that 1st string, 2nd fret, and then the 3rd finger is going to go to the 3rd fret, 2nd string. So think about it as like a little kind of a claw right there. I don't know why I always think of it as like a little claw, or like if you connect the dots, it makes the D. Okay, so that's the D major chord. Okay, shape. Think of it as shape. This shape can actually move up. The cool thing about these shapes is they're movable on the guitar, and that's why I'm telling you to make sure that you memorize the shapes. Okay, so we have D major chord, D minor chord. Now we need the sad. Here's the key to a D minor chord. First finger, 1st string, 1st fret. So that's the first finger right there. Make sure you're not pushing down. Just place the finger there. Second finger is going to go to the third string, second fret, and third finger is going to go to the second string, third fret. Okay, it's a little bit more challenging because you have to stretch a little bit. Make sure your thumb is in the back of the guitar like this, okay? And that the thumb is nice and balanced with your hand, okay? You don't want your thumb to be over here like horizontal. You don't want your thumb to be horizontal over here because that's going to restrict the movement in your hand right there. So you want to make sure that your hand is nice and level and balanced with your hand, okay? Because if you're going to play a full song, you got to make sure that you have good technique or you're not going to last half a song, okay? The last chord of these three, major, minor, and seventh, it's going to be the D seventh chord, which looks like a D, but backwards. Okay? So, the best place to push whenever you're pushing chords is right next to the fret. Okay? You don't want to push in the middle because you're going to get that kind of a sound. So you want to be next to the fret. You're going to get the best tone, and you're going to work less. Okay, so we don't play the sixth string, we don't play the fifth string, we play the fourth string, which is D. So D major, D minor, D seventh. Three sounds, major, minor, seventh. In review, we're going to go E major, E is the sixth string. This is the shape of major or happy. E minor or sad. E seventh or funky. Okay? Bluesy kind of sound. Okay? A fifth string. A major. A seventh, lift the middle finger off. And the A minor. Fifth string is A. Now we go to the D chords. We go to D minor, and we go to D7. So those are the 9 chords that will get you playing songs like right away. So if you can get those 9 chords down, there's so many songs that you can actually play with just those chords right there. The only thing that changes is the order of which the chords are placed. One of the things that you want to work on is when you're switching from chord to chord is make sure that you lift your fingers off. Let's say you go from the E to the A, right? Lift your fingers off and then land them on the chord. Don't drag your chords from one to the next because it's going to be very difficult and you're not giving your fingers a little bit of a micro break. So let's say I'm playing a song. There's like a micro break in there between chord changing. It's like you rest for like a little split second because if you don't take a lot of the pressure, you're gonna be really tired and you're gonna be like doing like this, which is like a lot of beginners, you can just go, man, they're always doing that because they're over pushing. So E's, A's, and D's. So those are the first 9 chords you gotta memorize, okay? And I will see you guys on the next lesson. Thank you so much.